Day 7 of 25 Days of Reframe It. You were attacked on social media for an opinion that you posted. My name is Erica R. Meyer of ReframeItStoryMeditation.com. I help women entrepreneurs reduce stress, worry, and anxiety through positive storytelling. If you're unfamiliar with the story meditation service, it is unconventional and non-traditional, and you can get 2 free ones now by going to the website. I thought in advance of the holidays I would start a series called 25 Days of Reframe It, where I challenge you to offer your personal reframe of each day's scenario. And if you do all 5, if you comment on all 5 in the given week, you are entered for a chance to win a 1-year subscription of Reframe It Story Meditation. Because this is 5 weeks, I'm offering 5 1-year subscriptions. We already had a taker. We already had a winner, if you will, for last week. So there's 4 opportunities left for you to get a 1-year subscription to Reframe It Story Meditation. So all you got to do is comment with your personal reframe of the given day scenario. So you were attacked on social media for an opinion that you posted. Yes, there are very intentional and gracious ways of handling this. Now, when you're talking about a hateful comment, a threatening comment, a zing that really has no merit or anything like that, I think I actually addressed that in my if the nasty comment that targeted you is completely ridiculous, ignore it. I would also go as far as to say, like, if it's something that is really threatening or just spewing hate, then, delete. Don't respond, delete, report, ignore, whatever. You're not going to getting in sort of a combative exchange, which is another thing that I say. No one ever changed their mind as a result of a combative cyber exchange, only through thoughtful consideration, civil conversation, and genuine willingness does anyone reevaluate their personal stance. That is so true. I would put money on, I would guess and I would bet that you have never changed your mind as a result of receiving a hateful comment that was a result of something that you posted, right? Especially if it's like a hot button issue or something that you're really passionate about. I would say that if somebody disagreed with you in a hateful way, that you didn't be like, oh yeah, that's true. That hateful comment does make me change my mind. Yeah, that didn't happen. You've got to be a lot more, and it's a challenge, willing to let negative comments that are just, again, without merit, just roll off, ignore, whatever. That's something I actively have to practice. But it's absolutely okay if you say something and somebody doesn't agree with you. You're going to say things that people don't agree with. People are going to say things you don't agree with. That's not rocket science. That's just a fact of life. But I think that obviously if you, let's say, post an opinion or something like that, that is a relevant topic or a hot topic, if you will, and somebody offers a civil flip side to the argument, and flip side that you don't agree with, that's okay. They're absolutely free to voice their opinion as we are free to voice our own. So it's just a matter of handling it in a civil way, in a thoughtful way, in a considerate way, in a gracious way. Yesterday, I shared on my personal Facebook page and on Instagram just some commentary that Jen Hatmaker and Sarah Bessie had written in response to some attacks that the preacher and Bible teacher Beth Moore had received. And it was one of those things where I voiced my own 2 cents about it as well. And in comments, I had people agree with me and I had people who didn't. And that's okay. That is absolutely okay. And the ones that did not agree, I acknowledged, and I said I appreciate and I respect your freedom to voice your opinion, but I don't agree with you and I don't believe it, and we're just gonna have to agree to disagree. And I left it at that. But you know how sometimes we are so tempted to just like grip or like sink our claws into somebody who doesn't hold our same values or opinions or whatever, and we just want to rip them to shreds, but nothing good comes of that. I could have easily, as a human, I could have easily just ripped that, the person who held the opposing opinion, I could have ripped her to shreds and been like, how can you think that way? Oh my God, just said all these horrible things, but what good does that do? What does that change? I'm all about positivity. I'm all about being thoughtful with your commentary and being thoughtful about how you just conduct your day-to-day. So again, you have the choice. You can respond hateful or just in ways that don't further any sort of good, or you can respond respectfully. If she would have come at me with a hateful comment, if she would have come at me with something that was just threatening or something like that, that's one thing. I mean, I wouldn't have responded to it. I would have just deleted it or blocked it. But she was just like, oh, this is how I believe, and this is how I see it, which is not how you see it. And I was like, okay, that's fine. We can shake hands and agree to disagree and move forward. It's okay. So that's how I approach social media these days. It's rare that I will comment or even present anything that's kind of a hot button issue. And if I do, that means I'm particularly passionate about the topic at hand. Being an Enneagram 9, I kind of shy away from debate. That's just part of the personality, but I wing 8 if you're an Enneagram person again. So that when the wing 8 side is triggered, then it's like, okay, let's talk. You know what I mean? So anyway, what's funny also, and I know I'm running long, what's funny also is that this week's story meditation that I delivered on Monday has to do with a social media attack, which is funny because the story that I had originally wanted to deliver for the 21st of October, mind you, all of this stuff is set up the week prior and sometimes weeks prior, was something completely different. And then I went to compose the story for the 21st, and I always kind of ask God, please just give me the words, give me direction, give me the story that you want me to tell this week. And that was what it was. And it just kind of poured out. And I'm like, well, that was relevant for this week for sure. So anyway, how would you attack? How would you attack? How would you reframe? How would you reframe being attacked on social media? You guys have an amazing Tuesday. Thanks for hanging with me for almost 9 minutes. And happy reframing. Bye, guys.